Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Let's have a little discussion about price action. Now, admittedly, there's not been a ton of activity over the last 24 hours, mostly trading sideways, a bit of consolidation, a hair up. I mean, yeah, scrolling through Live Coin Watch here, you can see it looks like a sea of green. It is, but only by a little baby boo bit. It's not that exciting. But I'll tell you something that definitely caught my attention. There's a chart analyst who cited that his opinion. Now, I'm going to share the specifics in just a moment towards the beginning part of the video. So don't worry, you don't have to wait to the end. I'm not going to do one of those things. But he says that he thinks on the low end this market cycle, and keep in mind, this is despite what's happening with the SEC going after Ripple and all that jazz you can possibly think, all the noise, like the 11 billion lawsuits against Ripple. Despite all of that, he thinks on the low end you're going to see XRP at $8.50, but he actually expects that it's going to go much higher, much higher, and I'll share with you just how high he's thinking here, along with some additional details here, and I'll share with you thoughts from other chart analysts that I follow. I picked out a few that I just thought would be interesting conversation pieces, and a little bit just more in general about price action here. I do want to be clear that I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. You absolutely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just a dude on the internet named Moon Lambeau who may or may not be wearing pants. Like, think about that. You do not know what my current pants situation is. That's like the trifecta of don't listen to this guy. If I were to offer which I'm not, but if I were offering financial advice, like these three things should be like a strong deterrent. A guy on the internet named Moon Lambeau who says that he may or may not be wearing pants, and you don't even know. Like, you for real don't even know. I'm just saying. But no, I'm being a little silly with this, obviously. But I'm just an enthusiast, and I like making YouTube videos as a hobby. That is all that it is. Now, as I record this, XRP is at 46.5 cents, Bitcoin's at $48,466, the market cap for the asset class $1,476 billion, and Bitcoin dominance at 61.22%, and that damn Spark token just trading sideways like it likes to do. It's just like, I'm telling you, lately at least, I mean, look, there have been times where it's just been moving seemingly in line with the market, but lately it's just been like, I don't care what you do, I'm just going to go sideways now. That's just what it looks like. And here's the 24-hour chart on the screen. I'm going to go sideways. I'm the Spark IOU. That's just what it's been doing, man. Just plodding along here. Now, here's chart analyst Leb Crypto, who wrote the following. And this is the analyst that I was talking about at the outset of the video. XRP weekly chart. A thread on high time frame chart with some fresh perspective. I think XRP may be creating a 4-year rounded bottom with my expected price action until end of year in white. $8.50 is the rounded bottom's target, but I do think targets are higher. And by the way, here's the chart right here. And before even going on with the rest of his thread, I just want to share my humble opinion, which is the right way to say opinion. So many of you out there say opinion. I don't know why you're saying it all weird. You got to get the right emphasis on the syllables. It's opinion, so that it sounds all French and whatnot. And it's just a matter of fact that XRP, it does trade sideways longer than the other large cap coins. It's just a matter of fact. If you don't believe me, you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at a chart, use your own human eyeballs to visually look at it, and you will see, oh yes, that Moon Lambeau. That silly bitch, he was absolutely correct. It does trade sideways longer than most other large cap coins. Maybe all other large cap coins. But what's fascinating about this, as you'll see, because even Love Crypto talks about this, like, the longer there's consolidation, when it finally goes, it goes. And so that's why, for me, the way I look at all of this is either I'm right and XRP is going to go parabolic just like every other coin did in 2017. Because my idea is that right now, to be clear, fundamentals, although they do matter to me, they do not matter to retail speculators who don't know what in the ever-loving hell they're doing in the world of crypto. It's just a bunch of FOMOing in and panic selling. It really is. And so, given that humans are behaving the same as last market cycle, every single large and mid-cap coin on the freaking planet, and I do mean literally, not figuratively, literally, all of them did go parabolic. Given that's the case, Do you think it's not going to happen this time? And if you don't, please articulate why. I'm willing to listen to alternative perspectives. I don't think that's going to be the case, though. And so if this is going to be going parabolic, at some point there'll just be a spark, and it doesn't mean there's going to be a fundamental reason. It just happens. It sometimes it just happens. It really does. People are just doing what they do, and there's just things get built up, pent up. There's all sorts of just too many people in a position, and then like a spark ignites and it takes off, and then people notice that, and then more people go in, and then you get FOMO. And so I like what I'm betting on is that happening. Now, could I be wrong? Could this all go to zero? Sure, fine. It's risky investing in crypto. I'm not going to pretend it's not, but that is what I believe is going to happen at some point. So it's not financial advice. You do what you want to do. I just, is my unprofessional opinion, but I do believe that it's going to happen at some point. And so everything that happens in between doesn't functionally matter to me. It really doesn't. I mean, it's interesting. It's like I follow. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's neat to watch it because I've got skin in the game. Of course, it's fun to watch all this stuff, and you got to stay in tune too. Because, like, if I'm not paying attention when this thing pops, that would be bad. Because the amount of time that there's parabolic action, and in terms of like the lifespan of XRP, it's a very small percentage of days. It's a very small window. So you better be paying attention if you're an XRP holder if that happens, right? So I'm just betting on it happening, though, at some point. And so all of the price action in between, although fun to follow, does not matter in the end. Either I'm right and this thing goes parabolic, or I'm wrong and it goes to zero. That's how I'm looking at it. So if I'm right, super duper. But that does mean, again, everything that's been happening over the last few years, it's just been filler. And that is the way that I look at it. The market's just moving in tandem. I'm going to illustrate that more in just a moment, but let me continue on first with the rest of what chart analyst Lub Crypto had to say. He wrote, "The longer the base, the higher in space. Assets that print such a long consolidation time have massive expansions to the upside upon breakout." Exactly. Oh my gosh. Incredible Crypto talks about this all the damn time too. I've been talking about this forever, and just look no further than 2017 when XRP ran from 20-something cents to almost $4 in a matter of like 2.5 weeks or something like that. And it had been trading so long, so many people capitulated, they gave up, and then boom, the cryptocurrency that wasn't capable of moving in any meaningful way suddenly was the biggest winner in the entire crypto space for the entire market cycle, the last cycle. It's incredible what happened there. And then he writes, "My eyes for biggest profit taking at the end of this bull market are on the 1.618 fib extension on the log scale. More importantly, $27. That's what he thinks. So he's saying on the low end, $8.50, but more realistically, he thinks that XRP is going to $27 this market cycle. And then he wrote, "The best thing you can do with XRP is hodl and forget the intraday/week's shenanigans. Also, forget the SEC. The chart is looking good. As long as 20 cents holds, all is well with your investment. It is quite difficult to day trade it. You'll get chopped out like crazy." Yeah, day traders lose money. I mean, you see, and it's true, by the way, in the stock market, there's all sorts of stats on this. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 90% of day traders lose money. So if you think you're going to do better by FOMOing or panic selling or trying to time markets because you think it's going to go down and you'll buy in cheaper and then blah, 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 all that stuff. If you think you're going to do that, you might get some wins, but you're going to lose more than if you just hold. Like that's what the data shows. This isn't just my opinion. Like, this is what data shows. So you see all sorts of people bragging when they do find success in those instances where maybe they sold and it did drop down and then they bought in cheaper and now they got more. Yay! But they don't talk about all the times when they lose. And people that engage in that type of activity, you're going to lose a lot more than you're going to win. That's just what the data says. This is not some sort of moon Lambo opinion. This is just what the data shows, plain and simple. Here's a tweet from the blockchain backer. He's promoting his most recent video, which I did watch, and he was talking about the cryptocurrencies that he was purchasing, and because of the dip the other day. And by the way, we're not far off from where we were yesterday, so still, to me, it's suppressed. Like, if you look at, there's so many coins, it's fascinating. This just illustrates how the whole market moves in tandem. And he was talking about it in this video, and I've been talking about it on this channel for over 2 years now, so I'm in total agreement with him. But you can see it. So a lot of the coins that he was talking about that he's been purchasing, if you just look at where they are, they're all about the same percent down from their recent highs, about 40%, whether it's a little more, a little less, whatever. And so you look at these coins too. That's not the only data point you can look at. If you just open up each individual coin, like whether you're talking about EOS or Bitcoin Cash or Ethereum Classic or Zcash or Dash, whatever, just pull them all up on Live Coin Watch or CoinMarketCap, and you can see that the multiplier effect that they need to have just to get to their all-time highs, it's almost exactly the same. For most of them today, it's more or less an 8-fold increase to get back to their all-time high. Why are they all an 8-fold increase away? Because the market moves in tandem, damn it. This is not rocket science. My gosh, this is not difficult. But it's what's happening here. And you know, if you're confused about why, it's just because the asset class is still in its nascency. It's a 12-year-old asset class, the youngest asset class on the planet, and people don't know where the hell it's going. So it's more like people are betting on the asset class as a whole. That's why it moves in tandem. That is what's happening. That's my humble opinion. And if you don't like that, you can get out. Now, here was a tweet from Blockchain Backer on this. I am accumulating more into this dip. I do not know if it is perfect, but I must continue to follow my overall plan and grab these altcoins as they are 40% from the previous top. And another thing he was talking about in this video, this most recent video he put out, was that he believes that this particular cycle, this market cycle, looks more like the 2013 bull run than it does the 2017 bull run. And so if he's correct, his position then is that Bitcoin will top out somewhere around $70,000 to $80,000 because the chart is just indicating that it looks the same. If you want the specifics, look at his most recent video. He did a great job articulating why. But he did also say that if in fact that this market cycle, the one we're in now, ends up playing out like 2017, that would push Bitcoin up to a level of $300,000. So I hope he's wrong, but in my experience, the Blockchain Backer, he's not wrong that often. So I'm, I won't be surprised at all if he's correct and Bitcoin just goes like $70,000 or $80,000. But still, that represents a ton of opportunity. We're in the first half of this whole bull run, and most altcoins have not gone parabolic, even though they're pretty well all up from where they were, 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago, whatever. So take that for what it's worth. But man, I hope he's wrong. He's probably not wrong. He's probably not wrong. But you just got to let time pass and see how this all plays out. But either way, still a ton of opportunity here. And there's this thread here, which I'm not going to fully run through, but it was chart analyst Credible Crypto. He was talking about the end of this particular thread. He's just kind of debating back and forth with somebody about, the coin, this or that, and where it's going to go. And he wrote ultimately that, and this is a good point, because it's in line with what I was talking about in terms of XRP trading sideways for a very long time and then popping. So he wrote here, I expect the bull run to be concluding close to the end of this year. Again, you realize most alts ran hardest at the end of the run, ? Even Bitcoin ran from $10,000 to $20,000 in like 2 weeks after taking 8 months to go from 2,000 to 10,000. So to me, that's a salient point. And it was also interesting that after Bitcoin hit its all-time high, a couple weeks later, that's when XRP hit its all-time high. So to me, even if Bitcoin hits its all-time high and starts going down to some degree, to me, I'm just gonna keep holding, because, like I said, either my bet that this thing's gonna go parabolic at some point is right or it's not. And what happens in between ultimately will prove to be inconsequential, because the outcome will be the outcome. And so I will go down with this baby back if indeed it goes to zero. I'm not going to be selling. But if I'm right and it goes substantially higher, I will be selling a lot of my XRP along the way. And then there was also this tweet from Jeremy Hogan, who is an attorney within the XRP community. And he wrote, I bought some XRP about a month ago when I did my due diligence and came to an opinion on the likely endgame with the litigation. So after his due diligence, he firmly believed that XRP is not going away. Ripple's going to be fine. And I've talked about that extensively on this channel, so I won't go into it in this video. That's just his humble opinion. Credible Crypto chart analyst retweeted that and wrote, there are plenty of opinions about XRP and the SEC case on Twitter. I agree with the opinion below, which is why I still hold my XRP. There are plenty who disagree. do your own due diligence and decide for yourself. After all, it's your money on the line, no one else's, which I firmly agree with. That's why I will never give financial advice. You just got to decide what you want to do. I just think it's fun to talk about these things, and I really do enjoy it because I don't have family or friends that are sufficiently interested that I could talk with about this stuff on a daily basis. I just don't. Like, I have pretty much all my friends and family at least own some crypto, but frankly, I don't think that much. They don't seem to understand the implications of the cryptocurrency asset class, but it's a whole different conversation. And so somebody named MV Trade responded to that tweet and wrote, still expecting it to go to 36 cents-ish before making the bull run, ? And Credible Crypto wrote, yeah, assuming Bitcoin gets the move down to $38,000 to $40,000, which isn't a guarantee. And that's why, it goes back to another thing that Blockchain Backer was saying in his most recent video, which is he doesn't know for sure if it's going to go down, but he does know that we have these prices now and that they're, about 40% below their most recent highs, right? And so that represents opportunity. And so that's why I was with him. That's why I purchased a bunch the other day. I'm hoping it goes lower. The market goes lower. I don't know if it's going to at this point. So I'm glad I at least purchased some more. But that's why I'm kind of sitting here thinking, I was like, should I put even more in? I was like, because I've got more cash on the sidelines. I'm like, should I just plow it all in now and just be done with it? I'm like, maybe. Maybe I will. Because if this thing doesn't take another lower, I'll be like, damn it. And so that's why for me, I don't try and time markets like I cited. But if you're talking about this, why are you timing this then move? It's already low. Well, I'm still going to dollar cost average in when there are opportunities presented, but I already have put so much money into crypto that my bags, not just XRP, but my crypto bags are packed. And so in order for me to be enticed, there needs to be an enticing situation. And yesterday was, admittedly, yesterday was, and I purchased a bunch of crypto. But we will see what happens here. So what do you think about that? $8.50 to $27, somewhere in that range, sound pretty good for XRP this market cycle. Would you be okay with that? I personally would be thrilled. I'd be thrilled even with the lower end of what he was saying he thinks it's going to hit. If it goes to $8.50 and that's it, I hope it goes higher. I don't know where it's going to go, but even if that were it, I'd be like, yeah, I'm good. So we'll see. Anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap up there. But thank you for stopping by. I very much appreciate all the support. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.